Hey there, I'm Sierra Sullivan, and a couple of years ago I posted a video on my YouTube page that got kind of a lot of traction, almost 5 million and growing hits, and a whole lot of conversation going.
A lot of conversation.
A lot of conversation going, and the topic was all about female ejaculations.
Ooh.
Woo-hoo-hoo. So, again, if you're my family and you don't want to hear me talk about this, then click away. This is not the video for you.
It's not for you.
Not for you. Okay. I want to follow up with this new videos. It's been, gosh, 5, 6, 7, 8 years since I posted that last video, and I've certainly learned a lot, but I'm not here to actually tell you specifically what it is, how it is, does it really happen, is it urine, is it not urine, where does it come from, where does it not come from. There is tons of great resources and books out there that you can figure that out for yourself. I'm not here to argue that. I'm not here to talk about that. I actually don't even care. What I am here to talk about, and this is why I brought my beautiful and amazing husband, Rano, to be here with me.
Good to see you all.
Yes, yes, yes. To talk about the fact of just how amazing this type of orgasm can be for a woman and a man.
Relationship.
And our relationship.
Yeah.
So, again, this is something that I have experienced personally in my life and was very curious about in the beginning because a friend first turned me on to this conversation, and I thought, no way, that doesn't exist, that's not possible. So I read some books and I started experimenting, and all of a sudden I became a female ejaculator. And what I realized was that it was really fun. And now that is, it's like sort of like I expect it to happen. If it doesn't happen, we're like, oh, we didn't really quite get to the prize. So I want to hear from you, Rano. What is it like to be in a sexual relationship with a woman that has this capacity?
Well, I think it's super fun, and for me, it adds a whole nother layer of, like you kind of said, reward. For men, like one of our biggest things is we like competition, and we like to win prizes, and we like to win or conquer things like that. So orgasm, just straight up awesome G-spot orgasm or whatever orgasm, is fantastic, amazing, but this adds a whole nother layer because there's all this extra juice involved, and it's different every time. Sometimes it's like waterfalls of awesomeness, and other times it's just kind of just like just letting go. I personally like it. I love the taste. I like the different aspects of it. And I like that we're in dialogue around it, because I actually, years before I met you, I actually had this technique that I use, which is apparently awesome. Lucky me that I figured that one out. But I did that to a couple girls before, but I didn't know what it was, and everybody kind of got like embarrassed because neither of us knew, and we're just like, oh, did you wet yourself or something? Oh, I don't know. And because we didn't know, we didn't re-explore that, and we kind of just stepped away from that. So not that the sex wasn't so great, but it kind of moved away. So when you and I started dialoguing about it more and bringing it out into the open, it was a lot of fun because it opened up our sexual prowess and our ability to connect with one another and go deeper. So yeah, I like it.
So I believe that any woman is possible, it's possible to have this experience. And in my previous video, I talked about what it takes for a woman to surrender into allowing this to happen. And sex, let's face it, sex is messy. You never know what you're going to get. You never know what the fluid's going to look like on either side.
Yeah,
and
depending on the time of month, the time of year.
Exactly, especially with us ladies. It's all different types of things, what we eat, how we're feeling, where our hormones are at. There's lots of different things. And again, I'm not here to get into the science. I'm not a scientist. I don't know anything about this other than my own experience. So what I do know is that when you relax and you allow the play and the experimentation to happen and
process to unfold.
Exactly. This is not something that's just going to happen like overnight. Maybe for some of you it might, but for me it took a lot of trust and a lot of surrender. And because it actually does feel like you are going to pee at one point, most women, and I've heard this, that actually all women ejaculate, but when they sort of clamp in, it goes into their body, and when they release, it goes out of their body. So a lot of times we kind of orgasm from a masculine place, or we're fearful and we're scared, and so we sort of pull it all in, and then we don't have that sweet surrender surrender that is needed for you to ejaculate.
Which is really interesting because it's the opposite for men, because our ejaculation is kind of pushing outward. But there's a whole nother form of ejaculation that I'm actually working on and getting into, which is more of the tantric way, which is where you ejaculate up your spine and it flows through your whole body, which is more of a pull in as opposed to a let out. So it's fascinating that it's almost the exact opposite in a way.
Yeah,
that you're talking about.
It is fascinating. So my intention of this video is just to sort of, I felt like there was so much dialogue around that initial video.
5 million pieces.
5 million pieces of dialogue, and I wanted to come back and say, the bottom line is, experiment. Be willing to play, be willing to dialogue, be willing to have the communication with somebody that you feel safe in a sexual setting.
That's key. This is we're all about, we don't care about your lifestyle, we don't care about what you're into, but we do care about the people that you're doing it with, and that we want to make sure that you're in a safe, fun, provocative environment with your partner or partners.
And know that you might get it right the first time. There is no getting it right, actually, but you may have the experience, you may not have the experience, and it's all about the journey. It's not the destination. So just have some towels on hand.
Definitely some towels.
Yeah, you can get some lube. You can try all different techniques, and again, you can do all the Googling around to find out specifically what techniques aid in the G-spot stimulation, which ultimately gives the female ejaculation possibilities and capabilities. But the more important thing is to trust yourself as a woman, trust your body, trust your partner, and surrender and have great communication while you're in this process. And it's a whole lot of fun. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience, and you deserve it. So I would love to hear more.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear from you. If you found this video fun or you want to hear more about this, we try everything so that you don't have to try everything, and we're happy to share with it. But we want to hear from you if you found this valuable, and if you did, we're happy to continue to share more about what works for us and how it could work for you.
Yeah, and if you're just a man trolling the internet night looking for a female squirter, you found one, but you're not going to see it from me. So go find a XXX site and see it there.
You can call me and we can see how much that would cost, but it's going to be a lot of money. So.
Anyways, if you enjoyed this, definitely please do post, and we'll create more content like this. That's it. That's all we got. Take care.
Talk to you soon.